Welcome everybody back to A&M in the AM, episode 17. I'm back here with my buddy Mort. As you see, taking another break from the stew, but the show must go on, as we say. So I think by next week we'll be able to be back here. Why?
I'm getting mighty comfortable outside of the stew, though. Not gonna lie.
I was just say, but the channel has taken a turn for the better. I would say we implemented our gaming just on Monday.
Went crazy.
I was gonna say we talked about some ideas before this, and I might actually want to do that. About the one the food idea that we talked about.
Oh, okay.
We could kind of do that idea.
It takes some planning.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe episode 20.
What?
Maybe episode 20.
Maybe
because what it was 10 or 11 when we had the first in-person get. Oh no, it was 10 when we had the first call in, and what
it was
14 or 15 when we got our first in person. So just gotta keep changing it up.
I'll pull it right up here. It was episode 14. Yeah, so 4 episodes after 10. It was our first in live.
Numbers go, yeah.
So we could just speed up the process. Who knows? But but coming today, we're going to be talking about the MLB trade deadline coming up on Monday, I believe, right?
Yeah, Monday.
We're going to talk about a little bit of fantasy, even though we're going to do a complete fantasy talk for the fantasy football and fantasy baseball on Friday for the buds. We're going to do a little update on what's been going on, because there's been some blasphemy happening in the league lately.
We've been asked about the league, and there's some questionable stuff going on that I don't agree with.
So we'll talk about that, and then stemming from last week's A&M, we're going to talk about the NBA draft lottery that happened on, when was it, Friday or Thursday? I don't even remember when that happened.
Friday, I think.
No, it would have been Thursday, because we did we did the buds on Friday. So we're gonna give our reaction to the Detroit picks and who won the lottery and everything like that, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more NBA news to end it off for you guys. Starting out with the MLB trade deadline, this is a really weird situation. With it being a shortened season, you don't know if you should be a seller or a buyer, because your season could easily switch no matter what. You could just flip a switch, go on a 10-game win streak, and be back in the lead of your division. So, I think your biggest buyers this year are the Yankees, the Dodgers.
As usual.
Your clear favorites.
They didn't buy enough in the off season, so they got to buy now.
It's your clear favorites. And then you go into some weird teams, you got the Astros. They could be a buyer or seller, because I know we've talked about here before that their dynasty could be coming to an end here. With a lot of guys going free agency in the next couple of years, they could be in a weird situation where they could be almost done soon. So they could be either both. You have the Tigers that could be a seller and a buyer yet again. They could get a couple of good guys, also give up guys like Scope, Romai, Boyd, even though Mort's not really high on Boyd being traded.
And that's where I cry if that stuff happens.
Why do you not want Boyd traded? Or why do you not think he will be traded?
Because his stock is an all-time low than what it used to be. It used to be decent, but now it's just terrible.
I did mention the other day when you were very shocked that Atlanta was very high on Boyd for some odd reason.
I was gonna mention that after when we go through the rest of the teams,
but and then you got the Indians that they could be a big seller with Lindor and Clevenger now. With Clevenger in a weird situation with the team, and
he's coming back to start tomorrow, but they're saying Plesac might get traded.
So yeah, those two pitchers are in a weird situation with the team, and then you have Lindor last year of his contract. They already said they're not bringing him back. Who else are some big teams? Oh, the Orioles. They're in a weird situation because they could easily make the playoffs.
And the Marlins.
Yeah, and the Marlins. Do they give up some of their young guys to get decent guys, and at the same time, are we going to see a lot of trades? We've seen a decent amount, no blockbuster yet. We've seen kind of low-level trades. The Red Sox are completely selling. I could see that whole team being different.
Had the Astros get that guy from the KBO, from
Who?
last year. The guy that they traded with the Reds, I've talked to him on like twice now. He pitched in the
Oh yeah,
KBO
no, that was
last
like a
year.
while ago though.
Oh yeah,
That was like
the Phillies made a trade like last week. There's
for
been just some
Workman.
minor ones that nobody's worried about. Yeah.
And yeah, they traded for Workman and then another reliever. But I mean, going with the Red Sox there, they could completely blow up their team. I've seen Benintendi could be gone, Jackie Bradley could be gone, and JD Martinez could be gone by Monday.
I mean, I'd say Mookie was a different situation because he was going to be a free agent, but I would almost say like even for the right price, Bogarts could be too. I feel like Devers is the only one that wouldn't go unless they get absolutely blown away.
I definitely saw Bogarts could be gone because he's that star shortstop that somebody could want.
He's third base.
Bogarts he's third base.
Shortstop.
I thought he was shortstop.
Bogarts is.
Who did I say?
Devers.
No, I said Bogarts. I said Bogarts could be gone.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, Bogarts could be gone because he's that star.
Yeah, I think he would be. I think they would keep Devers out of everybody.
Oh yeah, he's the youngest, and then they got who's that guy they just got from the Dodgers for Betts?
Jeter Downs and Alex.
Jeter Downs, isn't he a shortstop?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that could either clear the path for him to start there at shortstop next year, or even this year, bring him up this year. I mean,
even have to be, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like dead. I haven't heard anything about him since he got traded there. But yeah, there's some big moves there. Personally, I think I'd have to say Lindor is probably the biggest name on the market right now. Lindor, you said Scope because you said he's a top second baseman right now in the league with how he's hitting.
I mean, in every list of candidates to be traded, he's in the top ones every time.
Yeah, and then you got guys like just like guys that are good on bad teams that could be traded, really, like the Red Sox we mentioned. Jackie Bradley, that was another guy. I haven't heard much about him this year. I
don't think he'd go anywhere.
He's an annual Gold Glover, and I have not heard one thing about him this year.
He's a candidate. He doesn't win it. Kevin Kiermaier is the best center fielder in the league.
True. He doesn't win it, but
I don't see him going anywhere. Jackie Bradley. It's the same thing like they did last year with AJ Pollock Kevin Pillar. Like it was just a random trade to get him for no reason. It'd be like the same thing with Jackie Bradley. No team would really need him. He's not that great.
Another team is the Giants because they were primed to be sellers come deadline, but now they're doing decent. They're in a chance for that what you could say wild card spot. I mean, do they sell Cueto and Jeff Samardzija? Which what I heard, because I heard like they were saying a team like the Angels could use a guy like Cueto.
They could use anybody. True. They don't have a good team.
True, except you can make a case for some guys like the MVP of the league. Mike
Trout.
Have
two decent players, and that's it.
They have a GOAT player and then a decent player.
Right.
They have Trout and Rendon. So
I don't think anybody takes Cueto's money unless they absolutely need somebody like that. But at the same time, I think you can get somebody Cueto-esque or cheaper.
Yeah.
And also Jeff Samardzija hasn't been relevant in like 4 years. So
I mean, also Hunter Pence, he got
designated for assignment.
Yeah.
He got just straight up dropped.
Yeah. So that's some crazy news there. I mean, the manager came out and basically said, we know he's been a long piece of this team. We're just looking to go younger. And I know it's like mid-season right now, obviously with the trade deadline hitting. And I was looking at a couple mid-season awards. I'm sure we'll do a video on this probably this coming weekend or something like that. But I saw something that was saying that Joey Bart, right?
Bart, yeah.
Yeah. They were saying that apparently he's been doing like amazing. I like the lights turning on there.
Yeah, I was feeling dark. There we go.
That he's been doing amazing at the alternate site, but they refused to like.
I think he's up with them.
Yeah, they just brought him up, but they were refusing to bring him up for some odd reason.
I saw that he was finally up. That means that they have like 4 catchers on their roster. So
yeah, I heard he might be playing first though every once in a while.
Oh, maybe.
From what I've seen is that he's switching between first and
they're already dipping him out of there.
So I don't know, but yeah, they're saying that he deserved NL MVP over Dustin May, and then they said the guy said this was a very sus list. Like there was a couple, like they said Kyle Lewis from Seattle. was going to win AL over Luis Robert. Which, I mean, you can make a case for, but I don't know. It was a weird list.
I feel like he's an everyday player. Robert hasn't been starting every day.
Yeah, he's been getting rest every once in a while, but overall he's been starting, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure we'll do a video on that though, like coming up, since probably we might. I mean, Monday's video might be that trade deadline.
Yeah, it might be
award picks right there. So yeah,
it'd be the good time to do it.
Talking about trades and mid-season though, us in the fantasy league, we're about mid-season, I would say, or like in the game of the mid-season.
We have 2 weeks left after this.
Yeah. So there has been, I don't want to say conspiracy or I don't know what it is, because it's
just bad. It's not.
We labeled every one of these trades as horrible and as
garbage.
Like a tanking for this guy, but apparently it's just turning out for him. It started with me. I needed a third baseman and a shortstop, and M1, a guy in our league, needed a outfielder. I gave him Hunter Renfroe. He gave me Marcus Semien, Kyle Seager, and Tyler Duffy, and I ended up giving him like Corbin Burns, Hunter Renfroe, and
who you just picked up today. I still have no idea who not today, but that day. I still have no idea who Corbin Burns is.
He's a starter for the Brewers.
There's been so many moves that I can only go back to Monday. I can't even see the trade that was before that.
But yeah, I traded. That was the trade. I acquired Semien, and that's what started the M1's trading rampage. And then after that,
Tuesday, Monday night really is when more dominoes fell. When M1 traded Asdrubal Cabrera, Jesse Winker, and Tommy LaStella, and an absolute fleece of Brian Anderson, Pete Alonso, and DJ LeMahieu.
But we did label that as a win for M1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got the fleece out of that one for sure.
Yeah.
But there was some other trade that he made before that was really dumb.
No, it was my trade before that.
I feel like he's made like 8 trades.
Not to mention, as soon as I traded him Hunter Renfroe, he dropped him right away, and then he traded Asdrubal Cabrera. So the only person he has for my trade is Corbin Burns.
And then he ran out of moves. He can no longer make moves for the week, so he begged Nick to pick up.
No, he didn't just beg Nick. He sent messages out to everybody. Everybody.
I didn't get one, so you already know.
I know you were probably after Nick if Nick said no.
He begged him to pick up Luis Garcia from the Nationals.
The 19-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, that dude that hit the home run for the first time. It's like born in 2000s or whatever.
Yeah.
Luis Garcia, Aaron Hicks, and Howie Kendrick for Manny Machado and Travis d'Arnaud. And Manny Machado is the number 1 ranked third baseman in the league. And actually, I didn't notice until now, Travis d'Arnaud is the 4th catcher.
And Aaron Hicks is the 17th center fielder, and Luis Garcia is the 40th ranked shortstop, and Howie Kendrick was a 27th ranked second baseman. But not even when was that trade at? Not even an hour, like 2 hours later. The deal was sweetened, and Howie Kendrick was traded back to Nick for Jose Altuve to sweeten that deal.
Which was the point that put it over the top, because normally, yes, Altuve is the the best second baseman in the league, but this year Howie Kendrick is actually better. So the fact that he went back to Nick on top of Machado and d'Arnaud for Altuve was just really bad.
Fantasy-wise, Altuve is better than Kendrick, though.
I mean, they're about even, but I feel like Howie Kendrick's done a little bit more this year. But it's just the fact that it's all getting top-loaded for one team in that side of the division to win it.
Basically, yeah.
I made the case that it's for – I don't know the matchup for next week, but I feel like it's getting ready for the last week matchup, matchup.
Nick faces Brad next week, and then you final week of the season.
That's getting ready. It's getting ready for that one.
But really, I mean, we'll talk about it Friday, but we haven't really established it in like a week or so. But the East is really pulling out as the dominant side of the league.
I mean, that's what everybody said at the draft anyway. I mean,
which we knew. I mean, it's really in the playoff hunt. It's Nick, Ben, Joe, me, you, Brady. When you look at it, because Brady's 2-2, I can't say that I'm in it if at 2-2 if Brady's not in it at 2-2, because he could easily win this week and be right back in it. You know, I mean, I'm not taking any credit off of you because you have a good team, but like he could steal a game or two, and you know.
I mean, I think we were going to discuss it more on Friday, but since someone asked in the comments, I got to just say right now, I mean, you kind of just gave it away with the seeding right there. But yes, it is the undefeated team, the number 1 seed. So that's why I'm kind of like saying that these trades are getting ready for the last week matchup. It's going to be a big matchup. Possible first seeds on each division going for what? I mean, if I lose this to Brady, I mean, I think Nick has 2 losses though.
No, Nick has 1.
Oh, who's it? So
basically, let's say Nick wins this week, next week, and you win this week, next week.
I'd still be undefeated, so I'd have to lose one of them.
Yeah, no, if he beats you the last week of the season, he gets the number 1 seed.
Yeah, we'd be tiebreaker and stuff. So
yeah.
Who did he lose to though?
He lost to Joe.
Oh, I would say it was like the first week. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
Joe. That was when Nick had the hospital team.
It's really getting ready for the end of the week. Which, by the way, I've had a hospital team. I've just been able to endure it. So,
I mean, I think I was the most guys with the IR with like 10.
And Nick and I are tied for 8.
At 8, yeah. So,
and I think I should really be at 10 because right now I have my whole DL full, and then like 2 other guys that are still on it right now that I have on my bench.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I should be up there because I definitely played a lot of guys, just sat them on my bench when they were on the IR.
Yeah, I've just been doing that too.
I should at least be at 15, but you know, we prevailed. Somehow we made it through. Another thing I want to complain about. Wow, did Austin Meadows really not play today? Okay, no, he played.
Yeah, they're playing.
So wait, has the game? Does he not hit at all?
He might not be playing.
He didn't play today. Sorry, pissed me off right there. I didn't lost my track of mind here. I don't even know what we were talking about. What were we talking about? Something about
talking about the fantasy coming to the end. Hello.
Cool matchup that last week there with M1.
Mm-hmm.
So that will really help me. Hopefully, pull into the playoffs because. I mean, it's tough. It's tough in the East. You have 4 teams that are playoffs aspirations, with 4 teams making the playoffs in total.
And it's been that side that's been making the trades. So,
except Ben. Ben hasn't made any trades.
Ben and I we were showing you don't need to make trades. I mean, Ben's in second place on that side now, but
he did. Yeah, I was gonna say he did lose to me last week, so that was a tough loss for him there. Now, obviously, we don't want to get into too deep into the fantasy because we're going to have a full episode for the Buds on Friday, breaking down our NFL fantasy that we just drafted on Monday and like mid-season 3 guys that are in the league. So let's move right on to our main topic from last week, the NBA draft lottery. Obviously, didn't go as
anybody had hoped.
Detroit fans wanted, so I mean,
or anybody in general, because
I mean, as we always say, I mean,
Timberwolves to win.
Detroit is something that everyone always drinks to. So, I mean, things that we drink to, man, like it's just crazy sometimes. But Detroit ended up with the 7th, I believe.
Yeah, I was looking them up so that way we could have them. But, yeah, I think they were 7.
Yeah, so it went Minnesota, Golden State, Hornets, and then Chicago.
Bulls, Cavs, Hawks, Pistons, Knicks, Wizards, and Suns are the top 10.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, obviously you wish for Detroit to get a higher pick there so they hopefully can trade off for LaMelo, but at this rate, I have no idea what they're going to do. because it could happen.
I mean,
Anything.
they're saying that it's probably going to be Killian Hayes. They'll still take a point guard. I mean, as I've been very vocal, I'd enjoy Cole Anthony instead.
I don't understand
But
why though. Like, I don't think
I don't know. It's just like the big name factor, and like I just think that he could just take off.
But they're
And
also comparing Killing Hayes to like they're saying he's LaMelo type.
Yeah, because I seen that last night. I told you guys that they said he was like the French LaMelo.
Yeah,
But
I've
never seen the man play, so I could not
decent.
tell you.
He played on the same team as or no, that was Danny.
Denny played on Luka's team.
Yeah, he played on Luka's team. But I didn't realize how goated Denny was.
Yeah, they're saying Denny might be the steal.
Man is 6'10", and he has handles like Luka, taller than Luka. Like,
I mean, they said that Luka is going to be like the gold standard for all the European players now. So like for a guy that's already being compared to him to come this soon is kind of crazy. I mean, I still don't know if still not going to put stock in him fully, but then again, I mean, I might come back in a year or two and be like, well, I should have.
I mean, like people didn't put really big stock in the Luka. Yeah, they thought he was going to be good and stuff like that, but they didn't put high stock in him. Unlike the Mavericks were the really only team that were betting on him, and they took a chance, traded a lot for him in the end. So.
I mean, I saw a video that from Mark Cuban. It was like them and asking him about it. And he's like, "Well, when it comes to draft time, you know who all the teams ahead of you are going to pick because like you're calling and asking them about different things, and they're of course they're not going to tell you who they're going to pick, but you kind of know or they hint at it."
Yeah, he said because they'll tell you. He said you talk to them about.
Yeah, he's like they'll tell you who they're not going to take or who they think is going to go after, but we kind of knew the Hawks wanted Trey and they knew we wanted Luka, so it worked out both ways.
Yeah, which I mean I feel like that's how it is. I mean, obviously that's how it is. He says that's how it is, but I don't know. I can see Danny going kind of high because people are going to compare him to Luka, which I hope that doesn't hurt him in the end, because you got to live up to top 5 player in the NBA now. Like,
I mean,
it might be a bold statement right there, but.
So then does that mean he goes to the Bulls at 4?
Yeah, I could see that because that would kind of complete the Bulls team right there. You got Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Denny, Lauri Markkanen, and then Wendell Carter.
Yeah, because who was playing shooting? I mean, small forward from already was LaVine, and they had someone else shooting.
Otto Porter.
Oh yeah, that's way better than him.
Yeah, and then trade Otto or bring him off the bench. I mean, it could work. I mean, something else that top 5, it's going to be really interesting because there's been a lot of talk that the Warriors don't want to keep the pick, and
which was given. But I mean, it's like especially when they were saying even if they do keep it, it's still going to be Wiseman. So either way they can benefit.
Wiseman would be the best pick for them there, no matter what. I believe he would be the.
Yeah.
Really, it was talks. We kind of went back and forth on Snapchat how you were saying that Giannis could be traded there, and I don't think that the Warriors would give up.
I was mostly just trolling at that point, but yes.
You were saying that they were going to give up Donkey and Wiggins
and the pick
for
and probably someone
Antetokounmpo.
else. Yeah,
I said it would have had to been Clay. It would have had to been Clay and Donkey and like 2 first-round picks for that.
But then at that point, like I said, there's no point in getting Giannis because then both him and Steph both need the ball in their hand. And so, like, what are they going to do?
What's the point of getting Giannis anyways? Subbing out Wiggins for Clay.
Yeah, I mean that's why I was mostly just trolling because like at that point, Wiggins is like knows that he's going to be the 3rd or 4th option. So
I mean but
you run a
lineup of Seth Curry, Stephen Curry, Wiggins, Antetokounmpo. You bring in like
it's Pascal probably.
Yeah, Pascal.
It's Pascal season.
And then obviously like another random guy like Looney.
Anyone
you
off
play
the streets.
Looney or somebody there. You find a guy in a veterans minimum that wants to come play or something like that. And I
Mhm.
mean, you got a pretty decent team there. Realistically, never gonna happen.
No,
But I mean, do we want it to? Yes.
no,
Never gonna happen though. So
I don't want that to happen.
no, that would ruin the NBA. That would be like Kevin Durant going there, but worse.
Yeah, that's way worse.
Yeah. Now, realistically, they could trade for a Ben Simmons, which what I've heard.
Yeah.
Even though Elton Brand just came out and said he doesn't want to trade Simmons or Embiid, but we've known GMs lie just to make their players happy. So
I mean, if he's going anywhere, I still think the Cavs. So I'm just gonna stick by
you
the
said the
Cavs.
Cavs for the fifth pick there,
And Garland.
and Garland. Okay, and then
And Ben runs point, and then Sexton at shooting guard.
and then does Philadelphia play or take Denny there?
Maybe. I mean, they could trade Tobias or Horford.
I mean, I think they trade Horford out of anybody, but no one's going to want to take Horford's contract. Too big. 5 years, $115 million.
I mean, that would be good for the Sixers, though, because they can put Garland or whoever at point guard, and then, like,
Matisse.
whoever they want at shooting guard. I was going to say Matisse, yeah. And then Denny, Tobias, and Embiid.
No, or play Denny at the 4. Denny's taller than Tobias.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah, play and yeah,
I mean,
that would actually be.
I feel like Tobias knows how to guard. I mean, I feel like, especially as a rookie, I would assume Tobias would be there just to guard the power forwards better.
So then the Cavaliers roster would look like Ben, Sexton,
and Seti, or if they sign anybody,
and then
Larry Nance and Drummond.
No, you got Kevin Love there. They could trade Kevin Love for a trade. Honestly, package Love and like Drummond, do a sign and trade and get like a good power forward or good center, and then play Tristan and whoever.
Ton of money. Nobody takes that because Drummond will get a big contract and Love's still on a big one.
Yeah, but I mean Drummond, he got Defensive Player of the Year votes, and he's gonna be on second team Defensive Player of the Year.
And so that's gonna make him want even more money, and he was already gonna be overpaid as it is, but now it's gonna be real bad.
I saw Drummond possibility to obviously Cleveland, Atlanta, the Mavs, which would be Drummond and Porzingis in that paint. Oh, it's over.
Yeah, I've been thinking the Hawks or the Mavs have been good, but the Hawks.
Or I saw Portland could be an opportunity for him
if they trade Nurkic.
No, it would be a Nurkic and Drummond front court.
I mean, Nurkic just made a few shots like against the Lakers, but I'm not putting him at power forward.
But I mean, they've been running Nurkic at power forward and Whiteside at the center.
Yeah.
So it'd be like upgrading Whiteside.
But then you have Lillard, McCollum, and Melo.
Yeah.
As the 3 shooters. So I don't know.
But then you think you come back with Gary Trent, Alfred Simon, or however you say his name, and then Trevor Ariza, Rodney Hood. You bring all those guys off the bench.
It's getting bad.
I know.
Trade Lillard at that point.
But I don't know. I could see him best case scenario, Mavs. That's where he could.
I think he'd be really good there, yeah. And Boban after him, or Dwight Powell, or Maxi Kleba. They have so many centers on that team.
Because that lineup would be looking like, okay, Luka, Seth, Tim Hardaway, and then move Kristaps back to power forward, and then Andre to center.
I mean,
because Kristaps been playing center.
Yeah,
and I think that's taking a real toll on him.
Who was starting for them at point guard already? I thought it was like Dwight Powell at one point.
At what? At point guard?
Yeah, a few teams. Like, and then Luka was at small forward with Tim Hardaway at shooting guard.
Dwight Powell's a power forward.
Oh, did I say Dwight Powell? I meant Dwight is it Dwight or Delon Wright? Wright. I knew it was something like
Dylan. I don't know how to say it. Or I know how to say his name. It's something right though. You're right. Yeah. I think he has been. Obviously, Jalen Brunson will be back next year.
He'll be back if they keep Trey. I don't know.
JJ Barea, good veteran guy right there.
I feel like he'd have to retire, especially if they make any kind of noise this year. It just goes out.
No, he'll stay for the ring again. Another ring.
There would be no point. I would keep Trey over him for sure.
They're gonna keep Trey more. I forgot Trey too.
Trey's only there because of Jalen Brunson being gone.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Trey goes to another team and gets a big contract in the offseason with
I
his
won't say
bubble
big, but a decent one as a backup, as a sixth man.
Yeah.
I've always been petitioning him Cavs or Pistons. So
he was on the Pistons at one point, wasn't he?
no, he almost was drafted by them.
Oh, yeah.
They took Stanley Johnson.
Yeah, I think so.
Or
Derek
pick
Walton's the one on the Pistons right now.
Yeah.
I knew a Michigan point guard was with us, but I forgot.
They took somebody the pick before him when all the way going into the draft, they were saying Pistons are taking Trey Burke, and then they picked somebody else over him.
I mean, it wasn't – I don't think it was when it made sense for them to take Trey there because they had Brandon Jennings. They had I think they had Reggie Jackson at that point. I don't think they had guys that they liked. They may even have Brandon Knight at that point still.
Probably had Brandon Jennings too.
I don't know because Brandon Knight went down with an injury. That's when they brought in Jennings. And then Jennings went down with an injury. That's when they brought in Jackson. And then Jackson went down with an injury. And that's when they brought back Brandon Knight. And then that's when they brought in Derrick Rose. It was bad. It was bad for the Pistons the last couple of years.
You showed up with Trey.
I don't know. Maybe go team up with Duncan down in Miami.
I mean, yeah, I guess he'd still be the sixth man there, but
no, because Goran. Yeah, Goran.
I was gonna say Dragic. I mean, Dragic's a free agent, but I feel like he'd stay. So
yeah, he'll stay for a cheap deal, especially if he knows they have something going there. Which,
I mean, our favorite team to throw point guards to anyway. The Suns are always looking for one. So, I mean, I don't know how much that helps them in the defensive department, but put a ball handler next to Devin Booker.
Or even as like a sixth man. Keep Rubio there as a starter just as a veteran, and then Booker off the bench as like a good shooter for them. Not bad.
You could trade Rubio and get the money and sign a free agent and then take someone good with the 10th pick.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we have them taken, like – don't we have them – I mean, we haven't come out with
best available, really.
Yeah, I think we haven't taken best available.
We've seen mostly point guard, but –
yeah. Because, I mean, they have to. You would think point guard or a big man just to put at that power forward just to be safe.
Yeah, we said that too.
So, now, obviously from the thumbnail, I was going to try and tie it into Miami down there.
Oh, but okay.
There has been rumors – I think it was shut down very fast.
Got put to bed within an hour, which I love to see.
There was rumors that started swirling on what morning was it? Monday morning?
Yeah, Monday.
Monday morning. Adrian Wojnarowski tweeted out that there had been rumors that NBA teams were very highly interested, which is I'm not saying weird because he's an NBA
it's not surprising because they were before.
Yeah, he's an NBA veteran. He's an assistant coach for probably about 6 years, 7 years under Eric Spoelstra.
Well, not that
very legend coach there.
He retired in 2014.
Yeah, Juwan Howard was apparently was being favored by teams like the Pelicans, the Knicks,
probably the Nets. Or not the Nets. Well, the Nets or the Sixers, really.
And a lot of teams this offseason to go be their head coach. Apparently, he had interviewed with the Lakers and.
He interviewed with the Lakers and I think the Cavs before.
Yeah, I think it said the Cavs before Beeline. So, Howard set that to rest very fast though.
You love to see it.
He came out and was like, "I'm not leaving. I'm here for Michigan."
Not even thinking about it.
Yeah, he was like, "I didn't read the full thing, but I just like And
it made absolutely no sense for him to anyway.
No, he just went in there. He has a big contract with them. He's going
to get a lifetime contract from them. He's got one son. He's going to be after this year. He's got one son there already who's going to be wearing his number because of him. He's got another son on the way next year. He's got very good classes coming in. I feel like somebody on top of Woj being on heavy drugs and alcohol when he tweeted that, I feel like somebody was like just in his ear trying to do it for like a recruit's sake at this point. I feel like Woj was just trying to sabotage like a possible recruit coming in, like, oh, Juwan's dipping to the NBA because that's what happened to Beeline. They're like, oh, he's going to the NBA, and the next thing you know, Iggy's gone, Poole's gone. And I think somebody else, maybe not, but I mean, because Charles Matthews was
Yeah, I was
senior,
just about to say Charles Matthews, but he was a senior anyway. So
and like they had other guys look like possibly leaving. So like, I mean,
like,
Woj out here trying to sabotage.
I'm not saying these two left because of Howard being there, but Isaiah Todd, Josh Christopher.
I mean, Todd committed when Jawan came though.
Oh wait, I'm thinking a year later. You're right. I'm thinking a year later.
Yeah, that was one of his first ones he got.
Yeah, I'm thinking a complete year later, but still, yeah.
It was the one that Jalen Wilson. He left and went to Kansas when Beeline left.
Did he even do good there?
No, he barely played for them.
I mean,
And he would have been like the third man off the bench at Michigan.
Because Michigan's very deep. We're not like, it doesn't seem like we're deep, but we're pretty deep, honestly, as a team, which is, I don't want to say surprising, but kind of surprising with the changeover from a long time.
It was a Beeline team though that was brought in, so I mean his was always deep.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was kind of crazy that more guys didn't transfer after Beeline left. That Howard was able to retain most of the guys there, and
I mean you'd heard good things about him when he came. That I mean it's not surprising that guys didn't want to play for him or stay. Like, and especially they would have had to sit out a year. It's like just stay at that point.
Especially him being an NBA coach, him going to Michigan, him being an NBA veteran.
When he came in, he had LeBron and Dwayne Wade on Twitter congratulating him. Like, you don't get that anywhere else.
Which, with LeBron and D Wade, did Zaire commit?
I was petitioning for it. Apparently, Zaire is going to a like secondary high school thing,
like IMG kind of.
Yeah, he's going there for a year and then he's going to college. So like he did graduate from high school, but he's like going to another playing. Like it's just basically playing. He's not doing any schooling.
So it's basically like IMG because that's what IMG is. They're like a.
I was wondering what the heck he was doing, and I saw a video like a few weeks ago and said like he didn't get the offers that he wanted, so
he could go to the NBA after this year.
I don't know because it still counts as like a high school.
No, well, no. All you have to be out. You have to be out of high school for 1 year, official high school, because you see guys coming from IMG to the NBA.
Yeah, I guess.
And IMG is like a secondary high school.
He was only like a 2-star, so that's why he went there again. He wanted to get some like stock behind him because like Dwayne Wade was bashing the coach on TV. Like they didn't like him, and he wasn't getting playing time even though he was hurt. And when he came back, he didn't get playing time. So like. That's why he decided to do it, which I don't blame him because like he just had like D3 schools and stuff offering him.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised Michigan didn't offer him just for being like.
I thought they would have. I mean, but if he was more than a 2-star, for sure, I would have loved for them to offer. I mean, I was saying from day one he was going to come when D Wade was giving him praise, and I also said Bronny was going to follow. So
yeah, I was going to say, do we see Bronny coming? Even though he'll probably be NBA ready.
When I tell you that would be absolutely amazing. And that nobody would hear the end of it, especially everybody that's like saying, "Oh, Imani's going to Michigan State."
Or
words cannot say. I mean, that's how I'm. Of course, like Imani would be going straight to the NBA. So I mean, Bronny would be following after, so he'd be going straight there.
Or do we see say Bronny decides college route just because his dad didn't go to college and he's like. Yeah, give college a chance. Do we see Bronny go to Ohio State?
I was going to say, unless Juwan does some talking, it's either Ohio State or Duke.
Yeah, because obviously LeBron has came out and said, I would have gone to Ohio State if I didn't go straight to the NBA. So could LeBron be like, hey, Ohio State? Or, I mean, I have a friend at Michigan, get you, obviously, full ride. You're my son. Don't care what star you are.
That'd be absolutely amazing, but I mean, LeBron's too much of an Ohio State fan to let his son do that.
Yeah, and then obviously you have Duke with Coach K, Coach LeBron.
I mean, if he's still there too. I mean, if he's not there, then I could see. Well, Calipari is like a sus coach nowadays, so I won't see him going to Kansas. But
I mean, I thought you were saying Calipari to Kansas. I was like, what?
Isn't he the coach there?
No, he's Duke.
No, Coach K is.
Yeah, Duke.
At Duke. Yeah. I'm talking about Coach Calipari. That's at Kansas.
Oh. Never mind. I was thinking of Coach K in my head when you said Calipari. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's with a C.
Yeah. No, but Calipari, yeah, he's still the coach. It kind of sus. I mean, he had a couple good guys.
He's had stuff coming out about him, like
because they had like everyone has a scandal in NCAA now. So I mean, you can't do anything without a scandal because everyone pays everybody.
Especially in the SEC and ACC.
I mean, we've already come out and said that NCAA. I've said it. NCAA won't be around in 5 years. There's going to be different leagues for colleges, and NCAA is falling apart. And you're seeing that, especially with Corona going on right now. Like, NCAA is falling apart. They don't know what to do. So, I don't see them being around in the next 5 years, or at least by 2025. They'll be
anything
different.
Could happen.
What?
Said anything could happen.
Yeah, honestly. So, I think that's all we got for you guys today, though. You got anything else to say to end off the video?
No, I just want to see like anybody if they can check up on Woj and see if he's doing okay.
I mean,
his job at ESPN was already somewhat in question, not really, but I mean now like ESPN's got to do a wellness check on the man. Like we mentioned a couple episodes ago that Woj and Shams contract at the stadium and Athletic coming up to an end, that he could go partner with his old teammate Woj at ESPN. And I guess this had never come out of my mouth when we were talking about it, but I mentioned, what if Woj leaves ESPN, gets with Sham, and they make their own NBA network? Either way, I hope Shams can check up on him, check up on his dear friend, and see if he's doing okay. If Woj is going through something.
Shams just out here throwing the Coach of the Year at us, throwing defensive MVP.
Everything.
He's just out here throwing.
I don't think Woj even tries anymore, because like if Shams beats him by like a few minutes, I don't think Woj tweets anything. He mostly just retweets ESPN stuff in his podcast nowadays. He just lets Shams eat.
Woj is more for free agency.
Yeah,
because Shams wasn't really popular in free agency. He's more in season because he's down in the bubble right now.
Woj is?
No, Shams.
Oh, Shams. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, I watched Pat McAfee.
I saw when he was tested and stuff.
Yeah, I was watching Pat McAfee, and that he was talking about how he was going down to the bubble, and how Pat wanted him back on the show while he was in his quarantine.
Yeah, I do remember that actually.
He should almost be out of it, I think.
Who was in quarantine?
Shams was.
Oh, really? What the heck?
He had to be in quarantine for 7 days. He had to test negative 7 straight days.
I didn't know he ever tested positive.
No, he didn't. That's just the rule for incoming people.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought he was there. I thought he's been there since the beginning of it.
No, he went there like a couple days after the playoffs started, and then he had to test negative 7 straight times. So. First week of the playoffs was last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he should be coming out of quarantine, if not already, but like next couple of days. Maybe even when this goes up on Wednesday. So
yeah, they might be.
But yeah. I think that's all we got for you guys today. So thank you guys for watching. Our last couple videos have been doing really good. We just started our gaming videos. We're doing another one today. We're doing the yard. I don't know when that's going to go up, but yeah, that'll probably be up around the weekend. Like I said, Friday for the Buds podcast is going to be a fantasy video type. We're going to do both of our fantasy, talk about both of our fantasy leagues. Got Nick and Joe's film room on Saturday. Don't know what that's going to be. Never do. And then we got A&M next Wednesday, and then probably like a MLB midseason breakdown on Monday. So thank you guys for watching. Almost to 60 subscribers. So if you guys can drop a like, and
we've been sitting at 66. We're trying to move past. As I said, it's been standing for a week now. Like this wall is legit.
Give it time. It
hasn't been torn down. Yeah, we're still at 66 at this moment.
So if you guys are already subscribed, and drop a like if you like the video. Subscribe.
We just dropped a banger of a gaming video. We said it's 66.
I mean, the video was a banger if you haven't checked it out yet. Best video we have on the channel, I'd have to say.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
All right. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. And Bronny from Michigan, take it away.
We like that.
Yo, shout out Andrew and MORT, bro.